Good day, learners. My name is Dimpho Rampora, and today's lesson is on our nearest star. Now, did you know the present light we see from the sun is the past light from the sun? Have you ever thought about that? Well, in today's lesson, we are going to be exploring more on our nearest star and explaining what we really mean about our did we know. Now, in order for us to be able to do that, the following are our lesson objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to name our nearest star, define constellation, explain how the energy from the sun is used, and name where the closest neighboring star system is located. Now that we have looked at our lesson objectives, in order for us to achieve them, the following is going to be the concepts that we are going to be looking at. 1, we will be looking at our galaxy and other galaxies. 2, the various shapes of our galaxies. And 3, how to find the Southern Cross. And lastly, we will be looking at our nearest star. You should know the relationship between the sun and the earth, the objects around the sun, the earth's position in the solar system, and the Milky Way galaxy. Now let us test our prior knowledge and let's see if we remember any of the things that we just mentioned. Now let's look at question 1 of our prior knowledge question. Question 1 says to us, what is the name of our galaxy? If you remember, the name of our galaxy is called the Milky Way galaxy. So let us write that down. So Milky Way galaxy is the name of our galaxy. All right. Now let us move on to the second question. The second question says to us, what other shapes can a star have? Okay, remember that a star can come in different shapes and different sizes. And some of the shapes that a star can have, one, we say that they can be spiral in shape, and sometimes they can be spherical. Example of a spherical star is our sun, okay? So our sun is spherical, and sometimes they can be irregular shape, okay? Irregular shape, you cannot tell if it's a square, it's a rectangle, it's a what, it's an irregular shape. So those are the shapes that the star can have, okay? Now let us move on to the next question, which is question 3. Question 3 says to us, list 4 space objects contained in the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, all right, sorry about that. Now, which 4 space objects do we find in the Milky Way galaxy? Now, the most important is the star. Remember, the Milky Way galaxy is made up of millions and billions and trillions of stars. So I'm going to say that the first objects that we find there, I'm going to say the sun and other stars, okay? The sun and other stars. Okay, what else do we find in our Milky Way? We know that in our solar system, which is in the Milky Way galaxy, we also find planets, okay? Remember the planets that orbit around the sun. So we will write that down. Sorry about that. We have planets. Okay, and then what else do we have? Remember, we also have the meteor as well as the comets. These are rocks that enter the space and the atmosphere of the earth. As they enter the earth atmosphere, then they form what we call the shooting star, if you still remember. So we also have the meteor as an object, and lastly, we also have the comets, okay? Comets. So these are all the objects that we find around our Milky Way galaxy. Even the moon is found in the Milky Way galaxy, is also some of the objects that are found there. Okay, now let us go straight to question 4. Question 4 says to us, what is the shape of the Milky Way galaxy? Now, the shape of the Milky Way galaxy, scientists or astronomers said that it looks like a flat disk. So let us write that down. So the Milky Way looks like a flat disk. And sometimes in other books, they say that it looks like a fried egg. So we can just write that down. Or a fried egg. Okay, so that is the shape of our Milky Way. All right. Now that we have looked at our prior knowledge activities, let us move on to understanding the concepts that we are going to be looking at. And we are going to be looking at the words, the new words that are going to help us understand our concept better. Okay, excuse me about that one. So let us look at the first term there. We have universe. Universe is the entire body of all matter and energy that exists. Merger is the action of two or more galaxies being consumed into one larger galaxy. Star is massive ball of burning gas. And the nuclear fusion reaction, it is a type of reaction in which hydrogen gas is converted to helium gas to produce heat and light energy. Constellation, it is a group of stars forming a pattern. Now that we have looked at our new terminology to understand our concepts better, let us take an air break, and when we come back, we'll look at the concepts.